What do you think is like the primary difference between regulating your emotions and suppressing them?
Oh, well, they're on two opposite ends of the spectrum. Suppressing is there's some stimulus that I'm looking at on the outside of me. I'm giving it a meaning and it's giving me a feeling I don't like. And I don't want to feel this. So I'm going to push it down and I'm going to push it away. Regulating your emotions is actually looking at that same stimulus and deciding, is this positive, negative, or neutral? If you are in a situation where the stimulus comes in, you know you are triggered. Let's say it's a professional setting and you cannot go off. The best thing for you to do right then and there is to stop, take a breath, reset your brain because your nervous system now thinks there's a tiger behind you and you want to attack. And then you need to decide how you are going to respond. And it might mean there is no response necessary at this moment. And that's when I bring out my script and I say, oh, thank you so much for sharing. I'll have to get back to you. Regulating your emotions in the moment really comes down to the meaning that you're giving what the stimulus is. Positive, negative, or neutral are your only options. If you know something came in and you were like, ooh, okay, I felt that. It's stinging. What meaning am I giving it? Your brain is making these determinations very quickly based on your past experiences. That's what our brain is doing to us all the time. It's going back to the past and trying to figure out, is this situation safe for me or not? And if you are in that moment right now where you have to maintain professionalism, the best thing that you can do is decide it is neutral. There is nothing I need to do about it in this moment. It is just what was said. I don't need to say anything about it. I don't need to do anything about it. I'm going to put a pin in this and say, no big deal internally. And when I can get space away from the situation, I will then decide what meaning I want to attach to it and what I want to do about it.
Oh my God, this is a whole sermon right here. I've got doctors who actually have burned out and switched careers because their emotions were wrapped up too much in their relationships with their patients. How are you able to make those boundaries if you make money because you care so much?
Emotions are just energy and it has to be transmuted. If you do not transmute the energy and you don't dump it any type of way, you are suppressing it, right? So when you get all this heavy information coming in from all of these patients that of course you have a heart for them, you have to give that energy somewhere to go. You need to get it out of your brain and into the world some type of way. So for me, my number one emotional regulation tool is journaling. It's not about not feeling it. What you will learn about emotions, if you are really present with the emotion when it comes up, it only lasts about 90 seconds, no matter what the emotion is. What is keeping the emotion alive when they get home is they're thinking about it. The emotion will actually go straight through your body and be released. You will not hold on to it. We could be in a session right now, Lauren, and I could be right there emotionally with you. We could be crying. I could be all of that. But when I hang up the phone with
You
you,
give it away. You just throw it
it's
away.
gone. Also, let me say that emotional regulation is a skill. Anybody can learn it. So with my program, I always tell people, if you do what I'm telling you to do and you practice it, you will change. I'm not teaching you this airy fairy woo woo stuff. I'm teaching you an actual skill that if you continue to practice it, it will become second nature. Emotional regulation is the lens in which I live my life through. This is how I parent. This is how I run my business. I used to be a pop off Patty. I'm from Detroit. I used to be the kind of person where
I can't tell it all.
I teach this because I need it. I don't take any days off from emotional regulation. I am constantly emotionally regulating. It's not this static destination at the end of the GPS system. And once you get there, it says you've arrived. It is this constant continuum of learning and it's a journey. Emotional regulation is literally the vehicle I put myself in every day to accomplish all of my goals.
What happens biologically when we're dysregulated? My husband and for some other folks, it's physical for them. Sometimes like skin reaction, headaches. I know for women that are like perimenopause, we got hormones, we got sleep issues, we got gut issues. But I wonder if perimenopause would be easier if we wasn't so hot, cold, up and down. What happens like literally biologically to your body when you're all over the place like that?
Every single person has a physiological response first. Before your brain can say I'm angry, there are physiological sensations happening in your body. So for me, I stop breathing. That is my first clue something is wrong. Yep. So there you go. So
it's right here, right in the heart.
There you go. So for me, I hold my breath. When I realize I'm not breathing, I know something has occurred. So this is a part of that emotional regulation process is identifying the triggers. What is your body telling you? And I curse in my head. And so when I say this particular phrase, I'm like, okay, something has happened. That phrase is, what the fuck? So before my brain can even take it to, oh, I'm angry, I'm irritated, whatever it is,
You done lost your breath and said, what the fuck?
what is going on inside of your body when you are triggered? And if we can start to pinpoint those things, I know one of my triggers is disrespect. When I feel disrespected, I'm going to say, what the fuck? I'm also going to stop breathing. So when that happens, I automatically am on high alert. You need to be cognizant of how you respond here, because you are triggered. Now, what happens now is, because I know that those are my triggers, when they are present, I got a head start because I'm not caught off guard anymore. As soon as I'm holding my breath, as soon as I'm cussing in my head, I know what time it is. Your triggers are there because your body has made this your brink security system. At no time am I telling you you're not supposed to have a trigger. Now, what I am saying is that your triggers will lessen. My triggers are not landmines anymore. People don't have to like walk gingerly in my life because if they step wrong, I'm going to just explode. But I was like that. I've been to where you couldn't say anything to me or the wrath of my mouth would meet you.
Employees aren't honest with you. Well, I guess unapproachable would be the word that people may use.
This is not my first rodeo. I've been an entrepreneur for 16 years. I had a very successful salon in LA for almost a decade. I was on Shark Tank in 2015 with that, but I was a horrible boss. I probably had 60 to 70 employees in that full time. I would say at least, I might be being too generous to myself, at least a third of them, if not more, would say Mikki Bey is an asshole. I had no idea what I was doing. I was not ready for the success of it. And also my story of origin. I come from a family who argued and, there was domestic violence in my house. There was a lot of different things that were going on that I realized as an adult, that's still there. And so the way that I did conflict was the way that I learned conflict in my home, which was not a healthy way. So if I felt threatened in any way, it was time to chop you down. At a certain point, I realized, oh, this is detrimental to me. It doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't feel good to live on the inside of my body and be that person. And when I changed, the number one compliment I get from people is, you have amazing energy. The compliment is, I want to be next to you. People who pop off, they're not magnetic because they're always 1 second away from being the pop off patty.
If you found this clip from the Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast to be helpful, then check out the next video or watch the full episode here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next big move in health marketing. Thanks for watching.